We're live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Screams of the Sun, the Changing Breeds Chronicle we're running here on Final Show Films. I am Julia of the Zodiac System, and I will be your storyteller for the evening. We're joined by a wonderful cast of folks who let me emotionally and mentally abuse them at least once a week, and they let me film it for you all to watch. We can go ahead and begin our introductions tonight with Sometimes I Talk to Myself, but only when I need expert advice, William Rashani.
Oh, please. I also talk to myself when I need something stupid. Hi, I am William Orshani, and I am playing Callisto Osborne, the Hamid Gural Usmati of the Mountain Guardians.
I don't suffer from shyness. I'm just holding back my awesomeness so I don't intimidate you, Drevian.
I'm Drevian. I play Connor McLaughlin, a Hamid Silakan Bassett.
Some days I amaze myself. Other days I put my keys in the fridge. Katie.
Shut up.
I think I have heard of you putting your keys in the fridge.
That was just a lucky guess, but
that was
so
not me. That was not me. That was somebody else in my house who shall remain nameless.
Ah, okay. All right.
Is it perchance somebody we all know?
There are two somebodies that we all know that live in that house, but yeah.
This is true.
The one that I'm married to.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So
I'm not going to name any names, but...
I mean, now you know. But they don't listen to this anyway, so I just threw them under the bus. All right.
I needed this.
My name... I'm Katie Bates. I play Carrie Nichols, who is a Hamid Korax Hermetic Order of Swift Light, and I love my spouse very much.
I like how I believe for the first time ever, after providing that information but not providing a name, you gave your last name just in case anybody was not sure who we were talking about.
Listen, it's a work thing. It's not.
It's reflex.
It's a reflex. It's not. I mean, you didn't know, now you know.
You don't know, now you know.
Lastly, I may not be a superhero, but I can still trip over absolutely nothing. Jeremy.
That is 100% true. I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Crystal Arias, who is a Hamid Nuisha.
And as always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, eat the rich, believe women, believe victims, fuck the Supreme Court, fuck Vince McMahon. Go out and vote tomorrow if you haven't already.
Get your fucking ass out and vote.
Yes, our nation depends on it.
We will find you and assault you. I'm kidding.
Stay in the fucking line. Even if the polls are closed, if you're in line before the polls close, they are obligated to let you vote. Do not let anybody tell you differently. Stay in the fucking line. Okay.
I also want to remind everybody from coast to coast that it will take longer than 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for all of the votes to be counted. So if one candidate is ahead when you go to sleep at 10 p.m., do not be alarmed if they did not win when you wake up in the morning. That's how time and counting works. It wasn't rigged.
Let's be honest. We are not going to know until... Thursday, Friday, maybe Saturday, maybe next Monday.
The answer to who is the president is not going to be given to you before you go to bed tonight. I'm over being immature about this. Tomorrow night, I'm over being mature about this in pants.
Yeah.
But it will be very interesting to get the week-long report card of how much we love our nation, though.
No matter who, hypothetically, either of the two might claim victory before this. I can't imagine who might do that.
Probably the same one who's already filed the election was tampered with lawsuit already in Pennsylvania.
Oh, but I saw a TikTok with the Pennsylvania DA who literally said in his speech, if you have any plans of voter intimidation at the polls, F around and find out.
Hell yeah.
Literally in the speech.
I want to go to another timeline.
Yeah. Thank
It's
God I
okay
believe
if
in
it's the
quantum
one where-
immortality.
It's okay if it's the one where literally everything is on fire. It's still a step up.
It's still a step up. Do you know there are people who believe we're living in the best timeline, and that is horrifying to me. But so World of Darkness.
World of Darkness.
In our last session, the menagerie reconvened at Callisto's cabin to discuss the details of Donovan and Carrie's date. Crystal, along with Carrie, Connor, and Ringtail, headed to a bar named Honey and the Trap Cat, a rather unfortunately named bar Donovan had picked out for the occasion. Throughout the night, Carrie seized the chance to pepper Donovan with a series of not-so-subtle questions, which he appeared blissfully oblivious to, resulting in some entertaining moments.
Just the way I like.
As the evening progressed, the group learned that Endron had recently received a shipment of not only live animals, but drill models made with both silver and gold. With the date concluding on a high note and the possibility of another outing on the horizon, the group returned to Callisto's cabin for a hopefully relaxing evening. Meanwhile, Callisto tried to catch up on some much-needed sleep, and Clover was busy embarking on an energetic adventure through the forest, fueled by a supposedly forgotten energy drink. After her exhilarating trek, she finally settled down for a nap face down on Callisto's floor, only to be jolted awake by a flurry of frantic text messages from Percy. The urgency of the situation propelled the two friends to rush over to Clover's house, where they found Alex, a 5-year-old alter in Percy's system, recovering from shock. Alex delivered the news that Percy's safe house had been breached, and tragically all of Percy's friends had perished. Callisto and Clover knew that they had to see the aftermath for themselves, so they quickly decided to take Percy back to the safe house, hoping to uncover the truth behind the devastation. Upon arriving, they encountered Rena, a vampire who bore a single bullet wound in between her eyes. Appearing to just be a corpse, Rena reached out with one cold hand, gripping Clover, and asked, "What the fuck are you doing in my house?" Which is where we will be picking up this evening.
At which point, Callisto just sort of looks over. Callisto, currently being in Glabro form, having gone into it to gain the benefit of her enhanced sense of smell, sort of looks over. Hey, easy now. We're trying to help.
They're friends, Percy says from the doorway. She slowly lets go of Clover's wrist and begins sitting up.
Good to see you still unalive.
Yeah, it's a state. Percy,
That
what
hole
the
in
fuck
your
happened?
head, do you have enough to fix it?
No, but not the first time I've had to wear a cap
Do you
or
need
sunglasses. She stops for a minute and looks you up and down. I remind me, you have fair glabro, which means you don't show off.
Yeah, I don't look dramatically abhuman in near man form. I am,
Just
however,
tall.
really fucking big.
Maybe, but that depends on what y'all have to say. Am I talking to Percy or am I talking to Alex? Percy just raises a hand and then interweaves his fingers with the other one. Starts making symbols. And Rena just kind of watches that. Percy, okay. I remember waking up, feeling the sun had gone down, and then our door got kicked in.
Do you remember who did the attack?
I was just waking up. Female, thin, Caucasian, extremely agile and quick. Could have been a vamp, could have been.
Do I remember can I give a physical description of Blackblood?
Yeah, you can do that.
Does it match if I ask?
No, that. No.
All right, well, not worst case scenario. I wouldn't have expected you to still be standing if she decided to kick your door down.
You see she takes a real deep breath in. Oily cucumbers.
That's something you smelled?
You don't smell it now?
Callisto inhales, trying to smell.
It's faint, but it's there.
Yeah. Normally I can pick up on that much easier. It's been hidden by something else.
Did she bring that smell with her?
Katie, your character's not there.
Oh, sorry.
You're good. You're good. You can give me an intelligence and survival difficulty 4 because this is your bread and butter.
Yep. Int survival. I'm still at a -1, unfortunately. 3
successes. Yep, that's like a distinct across the board snake smell.
That's a snake. Can I sense worm?
Yeah. I forget how the
gift is perception occult.
And the difficulty is set by you based on how strong the presence of the worm is.
It's 5.
All right. Perception, or in my case, it's a sense pattern breaker, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
2. Obviously, the vampires, if they're at less than normal humanity, smell of the worm.
There's that. Let me check something real quick, just so I make sure that I got everything correct and I'm not doing. Yes. There are 3 different readings of something of worm taint in here.
And I can kind of guess at the 2 vampires being at least 2 of the sources, but there is something else here.
Mm-hmm.
Can I try and see if I can find or identify it? Or is it just sort of ambient?
It's kind of ambient. It's everywhere in this room. if you follow the scent, it goes throughout the house, which is a 2-story building. The only place it doesn't go or even have any presence would be a small what you can surmise is the crawl space that Percy has been sleeping in.
Does that come with the implication that Percy is perhaps not one of the worm smells here if they're at like regular humanity?
Yeah.
Which means there's a second one that I'm not tracking somewhere.
Potentially, yes.
She'll take a walk around and then return to the main room. All right. Well, as it turns out, it's very likely that whatever kicked your door down and started shooting is also what we're trying to take care of.
You want to elaborate? She says, sort of leaning back and taking kind of a guarded stance.
Our problem has a certain smell, and I recognize it here.
Okay. I don't exactly know what you're looking for, but that's...
I'm very tired and not in the best of situations for explaining things right now. So you're gonna get what you're gonna get. Do you need blood? You got a hole in your head. I imagine that's probably not comfortable.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Get me a receptacle. I'm not letting you sink teeth in me, but I'll give you a supply.
I respect that. She'll say she gets up, walks into the kitchen. There's the sound of a few doors opening, and then the sound of a bunch of dishes hitting the floor. Found one. And she comes back with a black ceramic bowl.
Yeah.
Hands it to you.
She'll set the bowl down, take the hunting knife from Clover, rather than pull out the other knife, and just make a slash across the arm and bleed until the bowl is full.
All right.
Let me know how many points of damage that is.
Just 1 lethal.
All right. Once that's full, she will spend a gnosis, and the wound just closes itself.
She will take the bowl, sniff, and then just tip the whole thing back. I haven't tasted blood like fire in a while.
Don't get used to it.
Oh no, I know. I'm a lot smarter than that. No. The newbies that get hooked on shifter blood, that's their problem, not mine. I don't run in that scene.
Good. Because you don't run in that scene for long.
I'm just realizing I should probably start looking for exits.
You're not in danger at the moment. I'm not here to kill you. You were downtrodden and pushed down and shoved out by people that I'm already trying to deal with. Don't start none, won't be none.
I think I like you. The more your kind were like that, then maybe there'd be a little room for all of us to get along.
Well, I've had the abundant realization over time that most of us who walk the night weren't made that way by choice.
Yeah.
Some of us can choose not to be assholes about it.
Percy, we need to find a new place to live. Are you sticking with me or are you gonna find somewhere else? Percy kind of shuffles their feet in the door. I mean, the crawl space wasn't bothered, so I can just go back to. I can stay here.
Theoretically, you can, but if they come back to check up on anything, they might find you a second time around.
They give a look to Clover, who just opens her arms, and Percy nods. I think for the moment I'll be staying in Clover's basement, I guess. Not the worst accommodations ever. I mean, they say, pointing up at the ceiling.
You got a place to stay for the night, she says, looking over at the other girl. I'm assuming girl. I believe feminine pronouns.
Yes. Yeah. She, her pronouns. I'll find a spot. I can usually sleep in the ground, but this is easier.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I like waking up on a couch. Reminds me of the old times.
Fair enough. If you need it and you're out in Greenwood, Percy stayed under my roof before.
She looks at Clover and looks back at you. We'll see.
Rules always apply. Don't start none, won't be none.
And she will make her exit.
Go nod and look around. With that gone, am I sensing the sense of that worm presence dissipating a bit?
Yes.
Okay, so track 1. Still trying to figure out number 2, but we have number 3 is presumably, she would guess, something Endron related.
Potentially. Well, I don't think we're going to find anything more here.
Possibly not. Unless I can identify what this second smell is. Can she pick up any, like, concentrations of it? If you were just saying something, it wasn't coming through the mic.
No, mumbling to myself.
Okay.
So Clover takes another deep breath in. And she doesn't say anything, but she just turns and walks and opens the back door and walks out into the backyard.
Callista will follow.
In the back, it is completely overgrown. And there is it's a small backyard, inner city backyard, with a small shed and a half broken fence. You can see that in the grass there are two different paths made by bodies leaving,
Being dragged or walking?
walking, presumably.
Mhm. So probably two attackers then.
I'd say.
One came in loud, the other came in quietly behind, possibly, considering people only ever saw one.
Makes sense.
It'll be something to keep an eye out for. If our enemy decides to come in guns blazing, we'll need to keep an eye out for the snake in the grass.
Perhaps literally this time.
Yeah. Should we head back?
I think so. We can get Percy settled.
All right, let's go. She'll shrink back down to her Hamid form.
As you and Clover and Percy leave and pile into Clover's car again, a couple neighbors have come out and are looking at the house. Nothing big, but like 2 or 3 families just sort of like on the porch looking at what's going on. Because they're not used to people really coming in and out of that place.
Don't pay him any mind. We won't be there when they decide to investigate.
So you two get Percy back, get them settled. Clover says they're going to stay with Percy for the night. And you can go ahead and get back to your cabin.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see if I can get some actual fucking sleep.
Let's see. Let's see if you can.
I'm just gonna head back and try and sleep.
So you arrive to a house full of the rest of your menagerie and Ringtail, who has not been watched. And
What have you gotten into, Raccoon?
He has a can of Cheese Whiz and has like half of it on a cracker.
That's fine.
This thing is awesome. It makes cheese.
For a limited amount. It'll run out eventually.
Ian's trying to push it back into the...
You won't get it back in, just eat it.
Not the worst news I could have received. It just starts going to town on handfuls of processed cheese.
Note to self, buy more Cheese Whiz as my offering to Raccoon.
Hi, we're here too.
Yeah, you'll forgive me if I'm having a hard time noticing things right now.
I forgive nothing.
I'm fucking
remember,
tired.
I remember, and I hold on to it, and I will unleash it at the appropriate time.
Oh, big surprise there.
Connor's still on cat form, just on the back of the couch, tail swaying slowly.
Callisto just like idly reaches out and scratches Cat's ears.
So what do we know?
Well, a couple of hotheads smelling of the worm came in and shot up a den of vampires trying to stay on the down low.
Okay.
How many casualties?
Most of them.
Oh,
From what I gathered, there were how many? There were like 4 or 5.
Vamps, there
Yeah.
were like 8 in that house.
I was like 8. There were about 8 as far as Percy's story goes. There were only 2 left, counting Percy.
Damn it.
Forgive me for being heartless. Did we care why?
Because most likely Endron thugs are moving around shooting down supernaturals they find to try and take over the area.
Why do you think it's Endron?
Thank
They
you.
smelled of the worm.
Oh,
So do vampires.
Not like this. And not
That's
all
true.
vampires smell the worm.
strong smell.
No.
It was strong and it smelled like a snake.
Everyone can give me what's an Enigma's difficulty 6.
What's a Nick?
Three.
Connor,
You said diff
6.
6. Okay.
Okay. Connor, you're not certain, but something about smells like snakes, reeks of the worm. Not sure what that means. Carrie. Not Carrie, sorry. Crystal. Each one of the changing breeds has a different reputation with the Garu and with other shifters as well. It's very well known that there were lies spread about the Naga being related to the worm because they're snake people.
Right.
Callisto, similar thing. The Naga are snake people. That's where the scent would have come from. They're not intrinsically tied to the worm, though.
Not to say that a Naga can't fall like a black
Yes.
spiral does, but
Yes.
that's not inherent.
Yes. Carrie, this is fitting. In all your traveling,
Mhm.
you've heard rumors here and there. You don't know a ton about the Kindred because they obviously aren't talked about that much. But there was one clan that stuck out to you that you were told about that you remember very well. There's a vampire clan that is intrinsically tied to snakes.
Somewhere back in time, and I says, "It was not me."
So who?
Unfortunately.
His character in the Wednesday night game,
Oh, okay.
who is part of that clan.
Ah,
You don't know the official name, but you know the clan has something to do with Egypt, something to do with snakes.
Look, my big brawny sweetie, I'm just saying the worm has many, many, many heads. Is it possible? Yes. But I'm gonna need more before I'm willing to devote too many resources down that road.
I'm not saying that it's something that we can immediately follow up on, but we already know that Endron is trying to make pushes to gather land. And I don't put anything past Pentex when it comes to trying to claim territory.
Is this hideout on
listen.
Sept land or anything? Like, is it on land that is connected to this thing that's buried under there?
Not that I know of, but turf wars are also a thing.
If the worm is fighting the vampires, good.
I don't.
I know that's heartless, but
Okay,
concern-
it just I very diplomatically, because that's part of my job. Um, I can see where you're both coming from. All I can tell you is I know just from the traveling that I've done, I know there is a particular vampire, not legion, but a particular sect that has something to do with Egypt and snakes. I don't know if that has any application here, or if that's just a like really big coincidence to like the
That
worm
might
also
that might
being
explain
snake-like.
one of the two, but I picked up two different scents that weren't any of the vampires there.
Okay, so we're thinking there might be we have the we might have the vampire snake scent, and then the worm snake scent.
I mean, the only one of the two worm scents I picked up smelled of snake, is what I'm saying. And that one might be of that vampire clan.
Yeah, the vampire.
But I don't know that for certain. And my concern isn't that the worm is fighting vampires. My concern would be if the worm is trying to fight every supernatural in the city to try and clear space for itself.
Clearly.
also good.
That includes us.
Yes, it does include us. And if it's fighting these other things, there's less resources to fight us. I get what you're saying, but and I think I see where you are uh, uh, not even I'm not even going to say you're suggesting, but where this conversation might eventually lead. And if we're going to try to sell other breeds, the god Gaia forbid the guru on the idea of teaming up with the vampires to fight the worm. No, that's not happening. It's simply not happening.
I don't expect people to accept that kind of idea anytime soon. My greater concern is that this might give us more information and a trail to follow if they're taking overt action against other supernaturals.
Sure. I can see that.
Do you think maybe they're trying, for lack of a better word, and I know this is weird when it talks about supernaturals, but do you think they're trying to, turn certain members of, vampires, werewolves
I
Change
wouldn't put
to the dark
anything.
side?
Yeah, I wouldn't put anything
Like-
past the Pentex subsidiary. Either you work for us or we burn you out, kind of thing.
Because I think we need to follow that particular keep an open mind, not declare any enemies except the thing that's like, trying to drill holes in sacred spots and, burn down, potentially be on a witch hunt for supernaturals, so to speak. I think we need to be more focused rather than trying to branch off and saying, what if it's this one? What if it's that one? Just like go where the trail follows.
Yeah.
I would say this would be my suggestion. We have a couple people through Clover and you that have lines of communications open with the thingy ones.
With the what?
The thingy ones.
With the kindred.
At Crystal says, Connor hisses back.
You're gonna.
Oh, they got to the cat. But
All cats are.
mice. Yes, but not all cats are vampires. I would suggest, although there was one time, let me tell you, when I was in West
Focus.
Virginia.
Focus.
Sorry, you're right. Led to a weird conversation. Anyways,
Anyway,
let the vampires deal with the vampires issue and use those lines of communication. If something comes up that is particularly relevant, then we are in a position to know, whereas the Sept would not be in a position to know, because they would literally all die to the person before they ever worked with
so what you're saying,
the Count.
let me see if I understand. So through the connections we have via, well, Clover mostly, to both vampires and werewolves, just keep those lines of communication open and
Mhm.
see what they have them report to us, not necessarily forming an alliance, but forming an information network of sorts. Is that what you're saying?
Kind of, yeah. Basically, like nothing so formalized, just
Look, it's having contacts. It's meeting people. I get it. That's
we can
that's
talk
a thing
if
that I
it
do.
Yeah, we can talk if it helps both of us not get killed by Endron.
correct.
There we go. Common goal.
We just have to keep it as quiet as possible, because, and this is really what I'm concerned about, the second that anyone in the Sept finds out that we are communicating in a friendly way, Gaia forbid helping the worm spawn, we're out. We are out in the cold with them, and frankly, I would probably rather spend time with the undead than the Aruns, but
Understood.
they're going to be the bigger help.
Understood.
That is my primary concern in the situation.
I mean, discretion of the utmost tier.
Yeah, I'm not about to be telling anyone in that Sept anything if you're worried about it, but certainly not how often I've been talking with any kind of undead.
No, but you do realize that they will have people spying on us, because we went and talked with them and asked about their sacred, hidden secret burials that they would rather nobody else know.
Well,
Are you saying you can get out snuck by a guru?
I'm not the only person here. Also, yes, because it's not the guru that I'm worried about. It's whatever sneaky fucking spirit the third six on us. I'm good. I am not sneak my way past. Let me rephrase. Let me go back on that, because I just remembered a flaw that I have. Let me check and make sure that I have it. I'm pretty sure I do. Yep.
Overconfident?
I don't have to go back far, because overconfident does not mean stupid.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
you can't you can only sneak so far with when the third can summon like a wind incarna or something like that.
Yeah.
But so to rephrase that, No, I am not concerned about being able to out sneak a Gru. However, I am not the only person here. Some y'all ain't subtle. I'm not saying that as an insult. You have talents in other ways.
That
You are
sounded
not subtle
mildly.
creatures.
See,
I'm sorry, Callisto, you make some Arun sometimes look subtle. And I say that as a compliment.
Technically speaking, if you were to map what we do to their auspices, that's what I'm in right now as a phase. So
This is my shocked expression. But yeah, the point is, if they want to find information now, we're going to be very careful who we physically associate with, because if I were them, I would be spying on us.
of course, then just let's bore them to death.
Perception alert has difficulty 7 for everyone.
I'm physically incapable of boring someone to death.
Diff 7, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Alertness, deception.
Yeah. Perception and alertness difficulty
3.
7. 3.
2.
2.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Is this something that instincts can apply to?
Yes.
Okay. So my specialization.
We all have our flaws. Mine is that I cannot bore someone.
That you cannot what?
Bore someone. It's a curse, but I've learned to live with it.
I may be Uzmati, but y'all are gonna drive me to Rishi real quick.
Aw. That's the nicest thing someone said to me today.
If that's
Connor.
the nicest thing someone said to you today, I pity your friends.
Do you know who friends are in this city?
Yes, I did. I definitely pity all of us.
I was gonna say,
I was about
that's
to
a lot of
say-
self-pity you're displaying right there.
I was about to say, I
Which
think I've just
really-
been insulted twice.
Honestly, is on point for you.
Connor, as this conversation is happening, you're noticing something. The night is dark, but there's enough moon for things to be lit up a little bit, and there is a shadow that is moving that is darker than the rest of the darkness outside. Carrie,
Yes.
you, in the midst of the entire conversation, also catch something moving around the house, just out of the windows. Callisto. You start hearing something. And it's surprising over the rest of the conversation that's happening, but you're hearing footfalls. You're not certain how, but you're hearing the pacing of a wolf.
Y'all ain't subtle, Callisto says as she turns around and walks outside.
I've never been subtle in my life, so thank you.
We weren't.
That's not true. I'm
Ouch.
often subtle.
Oh.
Wait, where are we going?
Okay, hold on, Crystal. Crystal, I say this with all the love in my heart, and this is going to be really hard for you to hear. We're not always talking about you.
Oh, I know that. Sometimes I direct you on to other topics.
Callisto's gonna see if she can find where this pacing is coming from.
You heard that too?
Callisto
Currently-
got the most successes.
You're hearing it on the backside of your house.
She'll indicate to Connor to circle one way, and she's gonna circle the other way.
Connor circles one way.
Yep.
This big fluffy cat.
Yeah, I mean that's fine.
Both of you roll me a d6. Let's just see.
1.
Connor, you get about halfway around the house, and this large, massive form walks around from the side. Have you interacted much with Guru outside of the Sept yesterday? Or earlier today?
I probably provide medicine to them.
You're well aware of what a Hispo wolf looks like. And Hispo being the point between wolf and Krynos. So an abnormally large wolf is walking around the corner. And as it turns, the light catches 2 red eyes staring down at you.
Just sits there, looking at it.
And Callisto's making a full circle, so if Connor keeps it there for like any amount of time, she's going to be coming behind it.
Yeah, so you from the backside will see a large black and brown Hispo wolf.
Does that look like
yeah.
Blackblood's Krynos?
You've seen this. You saw the full lupus form of this run into the woods earlier today.
She'll just whistle from behind.
Okay, now that I definitely heard from
There's-
inside the house.
There's something outside.
There's a flurry of movement as the creature does a 180 and just locks eyes with you, Callisto.
Are you here to talk, or are you here to get put in the dirt?
Roll something real quick.
Over the totem phone, Connor comments, "There's a guru out back."
Mother. Is there an open window I can jump through?
Callisto's house? I'm sure there is.
Oh yeah.
Try to shift. You know what sucks about being in Nuisha? The only thing that sucks,
Having 1 rage.
having no rage.
No rage?
You don't.
don't
Nuisha
start
don't
with
have
rage.
rage.
Yeah.
No, it's just not a trait that they possess.
Uh,
So yeah, you
They can't
cannot
force
auto
shift.
shift.
unless you have the metamorph merit, which is really expensive.
I don't even think you can. You can, because any kind of auto shifting requires.
No, metamorph
Mhm.
is a merit that just says you can shift without rolls.
Sorry, I was thinking of the one that allows. Is that also the one that allows easier partial shifts?
It might, but I know that metamorph is like you can shift without rolls, so you don't need to spend rage. It's like 7 merit points. It's real
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
expensive.
And-
that,
you
that,
can
that makes sense.
You can choose what form your corpse takes.
Nice.
Yes, and you can choose what form you die in. Yeah.
I spent a willpower on this.
Okay.
Okay, good enough. I am hopping out. Midway out. I am going.
Manaboja.
Yeah. I was debating between Manaboja and Nuisha version of Hispo, but I think I'm gonna do Manaboja. Whoomp.
Yeah, so Connor, a half coyote person, just jumped out of a window between you and this giant wolf.
With a gun.
Pops up on shoulder.
Okay, to be fair, you're having to jump up like 6.5 feet.
And
Cats have a ridiculous jump.
You just
Yes.
climb up with claws on my back, do a tiny bit of egg damage.
Yeah, as Callisto stands there with arms crossed, she just swells up into Labro. She's not bothering to go into full Krynos. She doesn't need it right now.
Carrie is just gonna lean out whatever window,
Poke head out with.
whatever window Crystal jumped out of. Carrie's just gonna stay inside the house, but gonna just be leaning like like this on the windowsill.
So the giant wolf shifts
I think it's called Arthrin, yeah, but yeah.
Shifts through multiple forms and then stands as the human that you all saw earlier today.
Totem phone. Well, that's anticlimactic.
What, were you hoping to fight a guru tonight?
No, I didn't
I-
want to.
I'm gonna give you one chance to give it over willingly.
Oh, never mind. We're fighting anyways.
Over totem phone. Did she talk about Callisto's thing?
Hmm.
How about you give me one good reason why you should have it?
Because it belongs to my ancestors.
Yeah, the ancestor that tried to gut mine with it and lost. You don't have the high ground here, morally or physically.
Good. I don't want to be the bigger person.
Good, because you never were.
Make a roll real quick. Okay. Okay. There is the briefest of movements, and then she is standing in front of you in her full Krynos form.
Callisto looks up, still has not bothered to shift out of Arthrin.
There is a gun pointed right behind her ear, about that far away from it.
You see the wolf ear flick back.
Mm.
I'm not even going to bother forcing the ultimatum this time because I know you lose it again. Fuck off or take a swing.
I would like to do something.
By all means.
Taking
Before
a
I hit
few
submit
moments
on
to
this.
I've taken a few moments to look over this individual. I would like, because it might have some value, and if nothing else, maybe Callisto will be able to use something for it. I would like to roll for Coyote's intuition.
Oh boy. Okay.
So this is, after a few moments of scrutiny, the player rolls perception plus subterfuge, difficulty of the target's willpower. And I will receive a powerful gut intuition of what subject the target least wants to talk about in that moment. I don't know, it might not be helpful at all, but like, I'm not gonna pull the trigger first, so let's do something fun. Perception subterfuge. What difficulty am I going for here?
Good job, Julia. I didn't fill out her willpower. What's the combination again for that in werewolf?
It is just based on your tribe.
Okay.
Unless you
And
bought
it's going to
extra.
be like 3 or 4.
Okay.
She's
6?
6?
she's yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay.
What would she least want to talk about in this moment?
Well, part of it, one of the 2 things that you're getting from this is she is obviously not wanting to talk about the failure of her ancestor. For stuff that is not related to the direct situation, she's going through a really bad breakup.
Ask her about, so through totem phone, ask her about her love life.
Connor is going to hop off his shoulder and shift back into human.
Carrie,
And-
if possible, Carrie's just gonna lean in even closer. Like,
And-
Carrie's now leaning out the window looking at this.
We're
And
gonna
Connor-
it's
Connor's-
Costco.
Connor's going to. I'm going to use Sweet Hunter Smile, which
Oh,
is a
boy.
persuasion gift.
Okay.
And you've already established sex appeal, so
Yep.
that's -3 to the difficulty of any persuasion roll or any social rolls against her. And I'm going to particularly mention, like, a breakup is not a reason to go after people just because you're angry at them. And would that really be the honorable thing to do? Trying to dissuade
We
her
are gonna
again.
drive this bitch into frenzy. I swear to God. It's fine if she throws down first.
If she throws down first, Callisto's not holding back.
And so what can I roll for that? Charisma expression?
Mm-hmm.
Difficulty
6.
6 -3. 4 successes.
You're trying to dissuade her from hitting Callisto?
Dissuade her from trying to fight, really.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's like, is this really what you should be doing? Would your parents be disappointed in you?
Is this the person you
In
really
fairness,
want to be
extreme
fighting?
shame can lead to frenzy roll.
Yeah. I want to see how this plays out.
I might
So-
be going to stop it or make it worse. I don't know which.
So
yet.
when you say, what would your parents think?
What would your elders think?
Specifically, yeah.
Yeah, so that is the question. Do you say parents or elders?
Lupus, I'm going to go with elders.
Okay. Okay. Don't have to roll as bad on this now. Okay.
She turns around and attacks Connor instead.
I'm waiting for it because Callisto will step in there too.
Okay, I need you to really think about this. One last time, I need you to really think about this. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, she turns to Connor.
I would like to roll to block.
That's not a maneuver I'm used to seeing in a World of Darkness game.
Standard defensive maneuver.
I would pull the trigger.
So I am no longer injured. Da, 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 da.
Mm,
The full will back up block because I believe it's brawl. I believe she's using her claws.
Yes.
Wait, did you say you're Hamid?
I'm in Arthrin right now.
Not you.
Connor
The
is,
person
yeah.
who has claws coming at them.
Connor's and Hamid, yeah. I said I hopped off your shoulder and
Fuck
changed.
Oh no, that's not what I'm worried about.
Okay.
In Hamid, you can't soak aggravated damage.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why Callisto is moving to block.
Yeah, well, let me rephrase that. Are your breed form is Hamid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you can't soak aggravated or lethal damage. Not in your breed form.
There's the defensive maneuvers, goddammit.
I don't know if Katie can say something, but can Carrie's
Blocking, yeah, Dex and brawl.
Can Carrie say something before the fight starts?
I mean, you can. There was a brief moment of pause, so you are more than welcome to share your 2 cents.
Listen, hun, if it's a breakup, I am the expert, okay? Here's what you do. We'll do your hair. We'll go have a spa
Oh,
day.
that's not going to help.
We'll get the nails done, and then we go hit the club and get stupid drunk.
All right.
Okay? It doesn't have to come down to this.
Is standard difficulty going to be for claws? Because fists are usually 5. I would imagine claws are 6.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm putting a willpower into this. Dexterity, brawl. I'm at a -1 still because she caught me before I slept. And you can also try and dodge as well if you want to, Connor.
Nah, Connor's not expecting it.
I appreciate that, and we will
3. I reduced the number of successes by 3, basically.
I appreciate that, and we will drink to your character's memory.
Oh. Yeah, so in one quick movement there is a claw that reaches out and just goes across Connor's chest. Callisto, you are able to grab
Callisto reaches out to grab the arm that's trying to swipe, but only manages to slow it down.
And when that face turns back to you, her eyes have gone completely red.
Ah. This person has succumbed to frenzy. All right.
So is Connor in 1 piece or 12?
I guess that's a roll for damage.
Oh yeah, I do have to roll for damage, don't I? What are damage on the claws?
Usually claws are, I believe, plus.
Claw is base damage is strength +2.
Okay.
Plus extra successes, so 2 more.
Plus 1 via werewolf 20.
I'm looking at the damage on the brawling and clawing page. It says strength +2.
I'm looking at page 298 in werewolf 20.
Fair enough, I guess. Never mind.
Oops.
Yeah, strength +1 is.
To be fair, are you looking at it in the werewolf 20, or are you looking at it in one of the changing breed? Because it could be different from breed to breed.
I'm looking at it in the roll 20, like in the character sheet. If I go to combat and I go down to claw.
Oh yeah, nope. They fucked that up.
Strength +1, you said.
Yep.
Okay.
Plus 3, I think, because you got 4 successes, so 3 extra damage. 4 successes if you take out Shawnee's block.
Hmm.
He.
3. I took 3 down because I had put willpower into that.
You're right. So +2. So total of +3. Total of strength +3. Aggravated.
Okay. Actually, okay, I did roll that openly. Right? Did I?
Yes.
It did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, 4 aggravated damage.
Boom. Let me see. If is Tony, you actually probably have looked this up since I have. Is point blank a thing in 20?
Let me double check real quick. I don't think it is. I think it reduces your difficulty by I think 1, but let me double check.
It used to bring it down by 2, but I don't know if that's range. Here we go, range. Within 2 yards, yeah, point blank range difficulty drops to 4. Cool.
Yeah, drop difficulty to 4, yeah. Drop by 2.
Well, you hit.
So that is 4 plus 6. So that is let me see if it's gonna make allow me to add the dice. Yep. So extra 6 hex dice is 6. That's how that'll happen. 2 lethal damage.
Okay.
Hard head.
Yeah.
Which she can attempt to soak.
Yes.
Which is a stamina roll, correct?
Straight stamina.
Yep,
Plus any
that's what I
armor
thought.
she might be wearing if she's wearing any.
Stamina in Krynos, to be fair. Or Hispa, or whichever one she was in.
No, it doesn't help me look up Thunder's stats being in Clover's sheet.
No. It does not.
In Krynos, I believe they would have +3 stamina. Sounds right-ish.
+4.
Forms. +4, okay.
+4 stamina?
No, +3 stamina,
Oh, that's
+4 strength.
strength. Yeah.
+4 strength.
Okay.
Wrong S word.
Two successes.
Yeah, that thing.
Yep.
Look,
So-
this is the one point where Crystal becomes kind of a little useless.
Comes a little what?
Useless. Nuisha are not your frontline soldiers.
Yeah.
They're
So-
not even your rogues.
As Crystal, as you fire your gun, it clips into the side of the skull, and then just
Mhm.
sort of weasels its way back out and falls to the ground.
Yep.
And as that plinks off of the stone underneath of Black Blood's foot, that's where we're going to go ahead and take our break for the evening.
Cool.
Remember, when we take our break, you take yours. So stand up, stretch your legs, walk around, do whatever you need to do, and we will be back in just a few minutes after these commercial messages.
We are back.
We're back. Just that, we're back. So as this shell casing hits the ground, or I guess the bullet hits the ground, and Blackblood's head turns on a swivel to look at you. Everybody roll me some initiative.
Okay.
I will pop out. Where is... There it is.
You should be able to roll it on the combat sheet. You'll need to put our
Yeah, I'm gonna have
our
to...
turns in because we don't have tokens.
Yes. Oh, no. Fix that. Put that back.
Sure that counted it properly. Attribute.
I just put a token on the map.
Oh, of course I rolled a 1. Of course I did.
Do crystal and... lower... Yep. Okay. Dupe. And Crystal had 11, right? Yes. 11. Connor had...
And Carrier both at 14. Everyone else get out of the way before Callisto deals with this.
114. Forgive me for having to do this the jank way, but let's go ahead and combat initiative. I know, Jesus Christ.
Gotta roll a 9, you know.
Stop fucking
Okay,
up whatever
I
you're doing
can
over there.
soak things. I'm in.
And,
I'm in
you,
Nanabodo.
and you can dodge.
And I can dodge.
Okay.
Can't dodge incredibly well. But with 7, but with a current dexterity of 7, that'll make up for my lack of athletics.
So yeah, she turns on the paw of like the ball of her foot pad. Yeah. Werewolf feet are weird. Which as she turns, she just opens her mouth and goes to clamp down.
Cool. I will spend my action to dex to attempt to dodge. Well, now I wish I had
to attempt to dodge.
No, but I already declared, so
Yeah, fair.
unfortunately. I mean it's just a dex roll, so because I don't have athletics, but here dex athletics.
Yeah, you expertly just move out of the way.
I matrix dodge.
All I can imagine is
straighten back up.
All I can imagine is like your arm's outreached, goes to bite the arm. You just pull your arm back slightly and boop him on the nose.
Carrie, it's your turn.
Through totem speak. Can somebody tell her that was a pathetic bite? Because I'm in Metabojo. I can't really speak.
Connor absolutely says it.
Tell her I said it, because otherwise she's gonna bite you.
Okay, Connor phrases it that it's from Crystal.
Crystal says that was a pathetic bite.
And then I just smile.
The were-coyote in front of you says it was a pathetic bite. Because I don't know if they know names.
Yeah.
Carrie is just going to yell at Connor. Connor, get your ass in here before you become shredded cheese.
Anything else?
Unless I can't grab him.
No, he's currently away from the window.
Yeah.
But Connor,
Connor scurries the fuck back inside.
nope, that's fair. That's completely fair. Crystal, it's your turn.
I used my
They spent their action dodging. Yeah.
Callisto.
I'm not
So, yeah,
dodging next time.
Callisto steps up behind Blackblood and just is spending 3 rage, 1 for a transformation and 2 to boost her stats. As she says, "I told your elder that I didn't plan on killing you, but I also said I would put you in the dirt." As for the first time, anyone sees Callisto's Krynos form. As I forget the average height range of Krynos for Geralt, but she is at the top end of it.
Something like it's something ridiculous, like 12 or 13 feet, I think.
I think they get it to like 20s. Hang on, let me check the changing breeds on forms. Krynos. Between 14 and 16 feet in height. Yeah, so yeah, she's
So-
like 16 feet.
So you're about a foot taller than this Krynos.
Yeah. As she just like massively ups in scale, her face extends into this bear-like snout. The sort of dark brown with blonde tint of her hair sort of spreads as fur all across. The massive knife-like claws extend out of her hand. The most striking feature about her, though, is not just her fur, but it's the pattern of like rune-like, not like Norse rune, but like just pictogram, like high old tongue runes that start to form themselves around her fur that are essentially a record of ancestry that marks itself across her Krynos form. As she loops both of her arms under Blackblood's in a full Nelson from behind. As I now roll for a grapple.
Yep. 5. What is wait, no, hold on. That's Jeremy's dodge.
Yeah. They're going to roll either Dex and Brawl or Strength and Brawl to try and correction. I just need to roll here. If I succeed, I have them grappled. If they try to break out, it will be a contested either Strength and Brawl or Dex and Brawl for them versus my Strength and Brawl. So good luck.
For some reason, the image of a giant bear suplexing a giant wolf comes to mind.
Oh,
That's literally what's happening.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's just vivid. It's like, this is what I imagine.
Okay.
-1. I have a specialization because Bear Grip is coming into play.
Mm-hmm.
Gaia Mania 2024.
I'm putting a willpower into this to counteract that -1 dice that I've got. 7 successes because of that 10 in there.
Is that 7 damage?
No,
Or
I
just
don't start. I don't start dealing damage until my next turn. At the moment, I have her immobilized. Because
Okay.
what happens is she full Nelsons under Blackblood's arms, and then just collapses her entire mass down on top of her.
Okay. Well, she goes next. She's going to scramble and try to get out from underneath of you.
No.
That's a no. So the rest of you just see Callisto just lay down basically on top of Thus Garu, who admittedly is not much smaller than her, but as Blackblood tries to scramble and claw, trying to get her way out, she can't get purchase enough to pull herself out from underneath of Callisto.
Just stay there till you Mr. Jonesy. I know your issues with this person. That's not true. I have an inkling of them. I don't know all of them. But can we please just sit on her until she wears herself out and then put her in a box and send her back to the set?
Over the totem phone, you just hear, "That's the plan."
Good. Because it's going to be far worse for her than death.
I told her elder I wasn't going to kill her, but
Okay.
I'm putting her in the dirt.
Do we really have to put her in a box? Is that going to help our
Yes. Honestly,
HR?
as opposed to just sending her home, it won't make us on better terms. But the fact that we are sending her home at all, breathing, is a good sign, and putting her in a box sends a message not to fuck with us. Guru respects strength.
If you
Also,
Carrie-
it's funny.
Carrie's just going to mentally like do like one of these, like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna leave that to you guys. She's gonna turn to Connor and go like, do you have any special drugs you want to take before I start pouring antiseptic all over you?
They're out in the van.
Are you going to go anywhere if I go get them?
I'm saying right the fuck here. As Connor's like sitting on the floor against the wall.
Just bleeding out. Are you going to go anywhere? Fuck you.
I had to ask because I know
No, it's great.
I know what you idiots do, and I mean that in the most loving way possible. Like, no,
it's
but they're
okay.
your idiots.
What?
As long as she's alive, Callisto, as long as she's alive, I don't give a shit. So if you want to get some shots in, feel free.
Connor just walks back out and like kicks her in the side a little bit.
No, you are not allowed to come back out here.
So
Like,
Connor's...
if you try to go through the window, there's just a big Manabojo hand
Yo.
that pie faces you back in.
Connor spends his turn bleeding onto Callisto's floor. Crystal?
Yeah.
I'm not shifting down. There is still a fight technically going on out here. And if that bitch breaks free, I am not... I've already had one character in a werewolf game get one shot in this group, so no thank you.
Do you want to tempt fate?
No, I don't.
Do you want to go for round 2?
Actually, you've got this.
Mm-hmm.
She breaks free, you're not going to kill her?
Don't plan on it.
All right. I am going to hop through the window. I can naturally shift back instantly to my breed form. And I am going for my phone, and I am calling the contact from the set that I recently got the phone number for.
Yes, you currently have Icebreaker's phone number now.
Yep. So yeah, I'm calling.
Okay, so that's your turn.
Yep.
Callisto, go ahead and
All right.
roll that beautiful bean footage.
So to explain,
Not a sponsor.
to explain how grapples work for those who are unaware, at the start of the turn after successfully grappling, if the attacker wants to hurt her foe, the player may roll her strength to inflict damage, beginning on the next turn and continuing until the opponent breaks free. The foe may try to soak that damage as usual. If the attacker wishes to just hold her opponent still, he's stuck in her grip until his next action. Grapple attacks normally inflict bashing damage. A character using barbs, spikes, or claws, such as an attack, can rend her victim with lethal or possibly, as with Guru, aggravated damage instead. She's not trying to deal lethal or aggravated damage, but I think she is just pressing her weight down to wear this werewolf out and is probably inflicting bashing.
Okay.
As she also continues to boost her strength. Because she can boost her strength up to a maximum of twice her current form strength. And it lasts for a number of turns. It lasts for a number of turns equal to her rage value. So 5 turns from last expenditure.
Just be like, shh, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep.
Yeah. Not too far off.
So she's spending 1 more rage because she's gonna ration it out to boost her strength 1 more time. She doesn't need to spend both rage that she can right now. And then she's going to roll her strength damage for grapple. Have 5 bashing damage.
Yep. Two, 3, 4, 5. Okay. It's her turn. So she's gonna struggle to try and get away.
Sweet summer child.
Oh.
That's
Okay,
cute.
to be fair, did you say she was in frenzy?
Yeah.
Wound penalties don't apply.
Oh, good to know.
If you want to roll 2 more dice there.
Yep.
Nope.
So 2
1 more success.
2 successes, but yeah.
You
Carrie
almost
walks.
feel bad for her.
Carrie is currently opening the door of the bitchmobile and getting Connor's things.
Mm-hmm. When she makes it back inside, she's gonna ask him to point out which ones. As she gets the like in it, are any of these wounds deep enough to be like need like stitches, or is it just like bandages?
Oh no! Connor has 4 like gaping gashes across his chest.
Okay, so we're doing stitches then.
Connor has
Probably
a
more
suture
like
kit.
staples. Like this is like half life force gone.
Yeah, I'm whatever it takes.
Doing field
stitch 'em.
triage.
Stitch them, staple them, whatever. Both. All of the above. But not until he takes whatever he's going to take.
Yeah,
Connor,
Connor
you spend
just
your turn
reaches in-
finding what you need.
Yeah, just all right. These drugs into the back pocket of the satchel bag, pulls out suture kit, sets it on lap, and just leans back and takes a deep breath. That hurts. Everything hurts.
Yep, it's gonna hurt more, but you're gonna be alive, hopefully.
Crystal.
Yep.
Your phone rings twice, and then you get. Then there is the sound of the phone being picked up. Hello?
Hi. You might remember me, you might not. This is Crystal. We met at the local hangout there
Right.
recently.
Right.
Ow,
Yeah.
yeah.
What's going on?
So you know your you know that bitch that almost got into a fight with my bitch?
Blackblood, yeah.
Yeah, you might have to come and get her because she tried to start shit at Callisto's place, and she's currently being slowly flattened by a giant bear.
She's not supposed to leave the cairn at night. Okay.
Well, she did, and she nearly killed one of our menagerie mates. So We're
I
not going to kill
will-
her. She will be fine.
I'm
But-
hearing the but. Yeah, there it is.
I'm just saying, you might want to get here quickly. Well, no, hold on. Hold one moment. Do you mind if other through Totem? Do you mind if other gurus show up at your place to collect this one?
Only for that purpose.
Okay, yeah, you might want to get here as soon as possible. Relatively few people. Custo, yeah, you can come get her, but that's it.
Where is she?
I will drop a pin.
Okay,
Underneath Callisto.
okay. And it just hangs up without
Yeah,
giving
I
a.
know. I already hung up at that point.
Okay, like here's a pin. Hang up.
Yep.
Callisto, it's your turn. Are we just continuing to crush?
Yeah, so she's going to spend one more rage. She's not going to spend all of her rage. To boost her strength one more time. Have 8 more bashing.
Jeez.
So there is she knows how much a Guru can take and how much they can regenerate themselves. So there's a sickening pop as her full Nelson causes both of Blackblood's shoulders to dislocate. Assuming she doesn't soak all of it, which I doubt she can.
She soaks 3 of it. Okay. I think that's right on her. That's fine. Whatever. Okay, yeah. She is going to attempt to break. She got a whole lot of nothing here. And again. Yeah, no. 3 successes to your 7. No. Give me
there
what's
are
an
3 more dice
empathy.
to roll there.
Oh, are there still 3?
She's at a -5 wound modifier.
No, you're right.
Yeah, I'll get
4
more
success. 5 successes.
versus 7.
Yep, versus 7. So she's giving you a fight.
Wits, empathy, difficulty.
6.
3 successes.
She's blind fury. But the thing that you're sensing,
this isn't going to stop until she's unconscious.
yeah. But the thing you're sensing is deep past the primal fury of the beast. She's not in this. Like she's half-hearted, I guess is the way to put it.
That'll be a fun conversation to have when she wakes up while we wait for the rest of the Guru to show up.
Harry.
Carrie is still doing trio about patching up Connor to the best of her ability. stapling or stitching or gluing or whatever is in the kit.
Mhm.
So, meanwhile, asking through the totem phone, like, okay, what's the status?
She's not going to
the
stop moving till she's unconscious, so I'm speeding that along.
So,
Duly
steps on
noted.
their way.
Okay, so she's immobilized by the bear, and the coyote got the people to come pick up their bitch. Okay, got it.
Correct. I did inform them that apparently she's not supposed to be out of the sept after dark.
Oh, well.
And I did inform them that the result of their doing so was a member of our of my menagerie almost getting killed. So she's in trouble.
Well, good. Connor, you with me?
Uh-huh.
I cannot wait to hear Clover's reaction to any of this when Siobhan's back.
Oh yeah, 100%. Carrie, give me a intelligence and medicine.
Did it end badly? Okay.
Yes,
Now,
intelligence
can
and
I-
medicine difficulty 6.
Can I give pointers to make the difficulty lower?
I'm intrigued. How so?
Just like that stitch is a little bit too far. You're pulling a little too tight. Like
Yeah,
soft and evenly.
with guidance, I'll let it be diff 5.
Cool. Like Connor has a PhD in a medical field. Like
Mm-hmm.
Carrie does not. Carrie is just a very good Samaritan. I have no dots in medicine. I'm just gonna
Oh
say.
boy. Which I believe in this one is just a minus, or is it you can't roll it at all?
Normally, it's you can't roll it at all with knowledges unless the situation permits. Like, say, someone is guiding you.
Yeah.
Yeah, by storyteller discretion.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 successes.
Yeah, 2 successes. You're not doing too bad of a job. You by the time this round ends, you'll have probably half of the first one sewn up. Fun fact, for those of you who don't know, World of Darkness rounds are only 3 seconds.
Yep.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. I think that's dumb, so they take a little bit longer, but yeah.
I mean,
Crystal,
3 seconds as a 3 seconds as a what's the term I'm trying to think of? Starts with a. Anyways, doesn't matter. Approximately 3 seconds with fiat of. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have that much more to do. I just sort of walk over and lean my forearms on the window, gun still in hand, as I'm just watching, just in case a bitch gets free somehow and needs to get shot in the ankle.
okay.
While I am incidentally crushing this werewolf, I'm going to really quick put a willpower into a stamina primal urge for a partial shift. Just to get my larynx to the point where I can use words.
Okay.
Two successes, that's enough. And Callisto, like, as her throat shifts and she's leaning down, she just whispers into Blackblood's ear, "You and I are going to have a talk when you wake up, before I put your shoulders back in socket." And it's just going to keep crushing.
In fairness, I don't think she can understand you right now.
Yeah, she's saying it just to, like, reach her subconscious, if nothing else.
I don't think that's the point.
Your friend isn't home right now.
Have 6 more bashing damage.
Okay, let's go ahead and do real quick, see if she can
That's-
soak.
That is turn 1 of 5 that I have not been pouring rage into my strength. So after 5 of those, it will reset to normal for Krynos.
Just keep sewing. Just keep sewing. Just keep
1,
sewing.
2, 3, 2. She soaks 2. She takes 4.
Yep.
Which 4 more lethal puts her at incapacitated.
As I feel the werewolf stop kicking underneath me.
Yeah, because she stops kicking and then slowly starts to go back to human.
Yeah, and she'll. Is she human or wolf? Is she lupus
Or wolf.
Yeah.
Wolf form, yeah.
So she lifts herself up as the wolf goes limp, and she'll just gingerly, with like 2 claws, lift the wolf up off the ground and walk around to a spot where she can keep her out of sight and keep herself out of sight of anyone driving up, because she's not shifting out of Krynos until this is dealt with. But she doesn't want to be Krynos in case someone who's not a Garou shows up. She doesn't want to be visibly seen as Krynos.
Completely fair. Let me just roll something real quick. Okay. So we are
Don't worry, I got
officially
my
out
eye
of
on this
initiative.
bitch. Do you
Carrie,
have
you
a
take
box?
some time.
Not one sized. Sorry, correction. I'm in Krynos form. Not one sized for a wolf.
Fine, I will dump some shit out of the one I have in my in the bitch mobile. I hand the gun over to Carrie. Just keep this strand on it.
You want me to stitch up Connor and hold a
Sorry, you're right. That's my bad. I grab Connor's hand and put the gun in Connor's hand.
Connor very weakly sets it on his knee.
It's fine.
Bitch,
All you
but-
gotta do.
What-
know how to
that-
pull
that
a
gun's
trigger,
pointed
right?
at me.
Don't point the gun at her.
Right now it's kind of going like this, but
Yeah, not filling me with confidence.
It's fine. The safety's on.
Don't care.
Besides, Callisto is currently watching this wolf.
Yep.
The wolf is not going anywhere.
And I
Carrie's
make
more
my
concerned
way
about
out
the gun.
to I make my way out to the van, and you just hear rummaging sounds inside.
just and cursing.
Motherfuck! Yep.
Oh, I didn't know I had that. Son of a bitch.
Connor,
yeah,
just
so-
point that thing away from the person sticking needles into you, please.
Connor sets it on the ground and points it away so it's not swaying. It just
Thank
rests
you.
there.
I guess that's the best I'm going to get.
So some time is taken. About 15, 20 minutes. You're able to, with Connor's assistance, get him fairly well stitched up,
It is
wrapped.
of note. I'm pretty certain that Bastet spend rage the same way that Garou do, like completely the same as Garou do,
Mhm.
Oh, to heal?
which means they can spend rage to regenerate.
But it's egg. That
Yeah,
shit heals slowly.
Yeah, you have to spend rage very slowly to regenerate Ag as a. But I think it has to
Like-
be in non-breed form as well.
So,
Healing is. I'll look it up.
so
um,
Carrie does not has one very not strong leg, and also Connor is huge and she cannot live by herself. But she needs to get him to the sofa. Is there anybody available to help Carrie lift Connor to rest on the sofa instead of the floor?
Connor is able to move on his own. It's just a
Yeah,
little
but he
wobbly.
should. Okay, he can, but should he?
It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, for the record, you will heal 1 level of aggravated damage a day as long as you spend your time resting in a form that normally regenerates, so not your breed form.
Oh darn, you got to spend some days as a cat.
Yep.
Lay down, stay put. Don't tear your stitches. Do I need to get you a cone or something? Is that necessary?
My God.
Connor gives a weak laugh.
I shout out from outside where I'm currently putting a wolf into a box. That's offensive.
Can you pass me the tape?
Not the one putting a wolf in the box.
I mean, you're getting a box for a wolf. Callisto's watching.
I mean, I imagine that this is like, well, there's it didn't take that long to get the
Yeah,
box.
Yeah. There's been a little bit of downtime.
Yeah.
It's about 40 minutes before a you hear the vehicle approach much earlier than you see it approach because it's blaring Leonard Skinner
Of course it is.
as high as the radio will go. In a Jeep that has most of its shell ripped off. And you see Icebreaker and Blossoming Dancer. And as Icebreaker puts the thing into park, he twists and pulls out a screwdriver from the ignition and just sets that in the floorboard and gets up and starts walking over.
As Callisto walks around the back of the house holding a wolf in a box that
For the record, when I say box, what I mean is it is absolutely something that we found somewhere at a military surplus place that is like one of those person-sized, like, human remains transfer cases, basically. That clearly has been used to hold someone against their will before because there is a hole pumped into it for air.
Yeah, and Callisto's carrying that in one paw as she steps around the side of the house.
I don't think I want to know.
As Callisto sets it down, pops the lid with a claw.
Oh, good. I was hoping she was in the murder box. Okay.
When she wakes up, she is to see me peacefully because we need to have a talk.
You wanting us to stay here while she recovers, or you wanting us to get the fuck out of here?
She looks down. Can she give a guess of how long it's going to take this wolf to wake up?
Couple hours, probably.
She looks over at Crystal. Show them where the fridge is. It'll be a couple of hours.
Happily. This way.
They follow behind.
As Callisto just sort of squats and sits and waits for the wolf to wake up, sitting directly in its line of vision for when its eyes open.
On the inside, while this is going on and Callisto is sitting in her silent vigil, the rest of you are inside with Icebreaker and Blossoming Dancer, who Icebreaker, anything outside of a can of soda that is offered to him, he turns it down immediately, including cigarettes. Blossoming Dancer, when she walks in complete contrast, walks in, sees the bong, walks over, does a rip, and then asks what we're doing.
Chilling.
Or
I mean, our Connor's not doing much right now because of your person.
Point over to
killing
Connor, who's
him.
still getting stitched up. Yeah.
Yeah, nearly killing him.
I am going to finish what I'm doing here. And then I'm going to take a drink and a hit. Maybe not necessarily in that order.
She will just hold up a finger, take another bong rip, set that down, roll her shoulders a bit. She's just going to sit on the arm of the couch watching you as you finish up getting Connor completely wrapped up.
I finished. How long? It's not going to take me because I think I was almost done.
You're almost done with one of the 4 claw marks.
Still?
When you would like in the 2 turns that you had taken, you were almost done with one of the claw marks. So it'll probably take you a couple of minutes to finish the rest.
Well,
Yeah.
in
It's been like
fairness,
40.
There's
it's been like 15, 20 minutes.
Yes, you're probably finishing up.
I would say
wrapping everything now. Yeah,
I think we're at the wrap up, like the literal wrap up stage,
yeah,
Yeah.
like putting medicated gauze on it
and
yeah.
making the joke about the cone and all
Yeah.
that.
So our day's been great. How's yours been?
I mean, outside of visiting the totem spirit earlier today and getting to talk with all of you, it's been pretty uneventful. Guess that explains where Blackblood ran off to.
Yeah, in fairness, we probably should have seen this one coming. And if we should have seen it coming, you probably should have seen it.
Oh yeah, why didn't Doom of the Mountain send out patrols after her? He's the one who sent her into the... Whatever.
Maybe she needed to learn a lesson the hard
It
way.
might be a wits and empathy roll, but I feel like someone in there probably knows that Callisto did see this coming.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I think we actively talked about it.
Yeah.
This is Crystal guilt tripping this person.
Yeah.
So
Blackblood attacked me. This is my shocked face.
when Carrie is done, she is going to motion for the hand it over.
So, Blossoming Dancer will kneel beside Connor. Things open to what I want you to. Thank you. So she is going to as she sits down, she grabs a glass of water off of the table. And when she does, she dips all 5 of her fingers into the glass of water and then pulls out a small globule in her hand that begins glowing this sort of almost mint green. That like soft green backed by white is what's showing up in her hand. And she looks at Connor, gives a soft nod, like a do I have permission to do this sort of thing?
Connor gives a slight nod back.
And she just sets it on top of your chest and presses it in. Which it then begins filling these scars that are glowing.
That's a pretty neat trick.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I'm a little impressed.
Gaia gives us all of our own different special abilities. I'm sure all of you can do things that I could not begin to wish.
Still figuring that out.
Oh, little old me.
Did you recently change?
Comparatively,
Oh. Normie.
me, I think.
Yes.
You.
Yes,
Yeah.
you.
Just still getting used to that. The comment was in response of that.
Not so much. I wasn't born the way I am, if that's how what you're asking, but it's not that I'm not used to it. I'm just still trying to figure out what my gifts are.
That's fair, I suppose. Why is that not further explained for the system, like actual rules?
Harry
Which
is just
one?
Oh, I see it. I'm just blind.
Harry is going to go to the kitchen and find the liquor cabinet and just
Connor,
Or-
what's your rage?
pouring
3.
herself some scotch.
Connor has 3 rage.
Yeah. So as she pours that water in, you can feel your wounds knitting themselves back together. Which in all honesty is extremely itchy for a few seconds and then nothing. And she just very gingerly pulls up what should be stuck to you from blood, a bit of your bandages. Well, your scars will heal nicely at least. I apologize for my Arun.
I mean, I probably did it to myself more. Tried talking her down again, and it kind of went overboard.
You attempted to diffuse the situation, and she attacked you.
Yeah, just like back in the sap, try to talk her down.
Yeah, I don't think that's not your problem. You're not at fault there.
Oh no, I meant the attack on me. Otherwise, the attack would have been on Callisto. I overdid it and made myself the target of the attack instead of letting someone who's better suited to it be the target.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Connor on this one. That was real dumb. But I mean, who has something dumb before?
You know people who made a career out of it.
I was going to say, you probably know a number of Aruns.
Aruns, politicians.
Has the moon come up at this point?
Oh yeah.
What phase is it in?
I believe it was in waxing gibbous last time. So June 25th phase. I'm sorry, it was not the 25th, it's the 15th. Right? Right. Yes, it's in waxing gibbous.
I believe there's an amount of rage that is regained the first time you see the moon each night, depending on the phase. Especially if it's in your phase, it's not here, but
Yeah.
Correct. You get, I believe it is your. If it is your phase, you get all of it back. If it's not, rage. Using rage, regain rage. 1 point for waning, 2 for half or whack, or 2 for half, 3 for waxing, 4 for full.
So you guys all regain 3 rage. Those of you who have it.
right. Callisto was the only one who has spent any, I think.
Didn't use any.
Did I actually heal any from the magic?
Yeah, it healed all 4 of those aggravated.
Fantastic.
Mother's
I
touch
don't-
is your friend.
I don't have to spend 4 days as a cat.
I mean, you still could if you really wanted to.
To
How
be fair,
fun-
you could spend 4 days in Cat Glabro.
I mean, so
Connor.
Carrie's gonna come back with another glass of scotch. Like, can I get anybody a drink?
I mean, if you're making, I'm drinking.
What's your poison?
As long as it has tequila in it, whatever you want.
You just gave me a very broad scope. I'll be right back. I need to look something up.
Connor just
Different tequila cocktails.
slips into unconsciousness as the adrenaline wears off.
Fair enough. It's also getting late. It's going on.
I just look over
midnight.
and poke once. Okay, still alive.
After a couple hours of you guys just relaxing, drinking, waiting for the time to go by, about 1:30 in the morning, Callisto, there's movement from the box.
Callisto just looking and waiting to lock eyes with it when it opens its eyes. And she'll just, in that guttural voice of a Krynos with her throat shifted, take a form that can speak. You're in no position for anything fancy.
Just really quickly.
She may have to spend a rage, however much she has left, because she's in no position for rolling stamina either.
Yeah, she'll spend a rage and she'll shift into her human form, her Hamid form.
Callisto sort of leans forward. What was this for?
I already told you.
No. You didn't.
I
You
wanted
don't
to-
care as much as you let on about the knife. What was it for?
wanted the knife, and you. I needed to work out some aggression.
The thrashing that you made under my boat was half-hearted at best. You only put up as much of a fight because you gave in to frenzy. Why?
Because you're right. I'm fighting this fight to get back a knife that I hold no claim to. On top of that, I have so much other shit going on.
And why even pursue it?
Because it's all I've been told my entire life.
By who?
My parents, my grandparents.
Do they still live?
No.
You hear your ancestors, as I do.
Every night.
Then it is time to stop living in the past. As if you'll permit me, to use a gift that I was going to spend the experience I'm going to earn at the end of the session to acquire. Reach out a claw to use Mother's Touch.
Okay. Yeah, I'll allow it.
What is her current rage after having spent any?
1.
Cool. So minimum difficulty is 2 then. You
Yeah.
can't have a diff 1 roll.
Yeah.
Intelligence, empathy. I'm gonna put a willpower into this to counteract my -1 dice because I'm so fucking tired. Two successes.
Okay. I will say with that, just for a little added here, as you heal, you hear the snapping of bones as
Her shoulders.
her
reinsert,
shoulders
yeah.
pop. Yeah, reinsert. There is a wince and a couple of curse words in a language I'm fairly certain you don't speak.
Probably not.
Do you speak Navajo?
Nope.
Okay. Thank you.
We both hear voices from the past each night, she says as she begins to shrink back down into her Hobbit form. But it's not worth listening to them all day either.
Wouldn't have even. I shouldn't even be here. Peer pressure from dead people.
We have more important fights to be fighting than each other over a grudge that's hundreds of years old. Millennia, if I've got my dates right, she says, trying to remember how long ago the War of Rage was.
The Ice Age.
Yeah.
Yeah, to put that into perspective for the rest of the group, Callisto and Blackblood both have trauma from over a millennia ago
Yep.
that has been within their society, within their family.
I mean, well over a millennia.
Yeah,
Again,
What,
Ice Age
like
kind
several
of stuff.
millennia.
several millennia.
Fun
Yeah.
stuff.
Generational trauma.
Uh-huh.
Delicious.
Especially generational trauma when you are imbued with supernatural ancestral rage.
Thunder.
Callisto.
Barely earned my deed name anyway. Look,
You're not in the position to be putting yourself down. The rest of your packmates are going to do that for you. Respect what you've earned. It wasn't on the backs of your ancestors. You did that with your own deeds.
look, not everything's just going to be hunky-dory,
I don't expect it to.
but I'll let you live tonight.
I appreciate the confidence considering what just happened.
Yeah, I know.
You've got fire and strength. Don't fucking waste it chasing a fight that's just gonna get both of us hurt and one of us killed. Especially because I damn sure don't intend it to be me.
Yeah, I think Twin Rivers was wrong about you guys.
No? What's Twin Rivers think?
Oh, he thinks a lot of you are sniffing around doing something tangled up with the worm.
I mean, we're hunting the worm. If that's as tangled up as you get.
Other side of the coin.
Well, when he starts saving lives instead of sending people to get killed, then he can talk down to me about it.
Oh, do not put words in my mouth. Twin Rivers didn't send me here. I came here of my own accord.
Doom of the Mountains didn't send anyone out to find you, despite the fact that I told him what would happen if you came after me.
Yeah, that kind of paints a picture of everything, doesn't it?
You were supposed to learn a lesson from this.
Yeah.
Did you?
I think so.
Let's hope it's the right one. And the second one should be don't always trust your elders.
Were it so easy. You're not used to having a family-like structure, are you?
Considering I'm one of only two that I know of in this region. Yeah. But I make my own family. Anyone who stays under this roof has my protection. And that means anyone.
She kind of rolls that sentence, or you see her actively rolling that sentence around in her head a little bit. You've not done a misstep to Gaia, have you?
I walk my path to protect those who need it. No one who walks under this roof, who lives under it, has ever done harm to me and mine, because I will not allow it. Anyone who is a threat will be dealt with.
I hate your face, but I like your spirit. Maybe and I don't care about the dagger. I've gotten this far without it. Why do I need it? And you're right. My ancestor lost it 2 years fair and square.
At the moment, it's a reminder. I try to avoid using it.
It's a weapon.
And it was used to take the lives of Farah in rage. If I have to resort to using it, I've already failed.
Oh, this is some sort of pacifism thing. Got it.
Don't take me for a pacifist. You saw what I did to you.
Okay, but for Guru, that was pacifist behavior. He didn't kill him.
Yeah, that's true.
Simply a matter of principle. If it gets bad enough that I need to use that knife, I've failed in my job as a protector.
I understand that one. All right, I'm not gonna let this get any sappier. I'm gonna go in and face the music.
Come
That's
on.
the expression, right?
Yes, good one. Come on.
I try, but Icebreaker's always telling me I get the idioms wrong.
Doing pretty good so far.
The rest of you inside have been smoking, drinking, chatting,
Carrie,
passing out.
Carrie has made a tray of mudslides and is just passing them out.
Blossoming Dancer has bought 2 ounces off of you at this point, Crystal.
Dope.
And you guys have smoked through I mean, not a lot of it, but you guys are have put it to good use.
Good.
And in the midst of all the partying, the door opens and in steps Callisto, followed by a much less spirited than previously seen Blackblood.
Hey, Sparky.
Guess I deserve that one.
While you were unconscious, you didn't pee in my box, did you?
Make a roll.
I'd rather not discuss that.
All right, cool. I will. You can.
I'll hose it out for you.
compensate me. How perfect. That is good enough for me.
As I
Callisto
roll a
looks-
99 on the dice.
Callisto looks over at Icebreaker. Tell Doom of the Mountains I said it. I did as I said I would.
Put her in the dirt.
And then in
He
the
says,
box.
attempting to copy your accent for a brief moment.
Just cocks an eyebrow.
Well, Raincloud, do you think you've learned your lesson? I'm going to go wait in the truck. As she turns around and walks back out.
Hold up, Callisto says, and she puts an arm on her shoulder. And she walks over to the fridge, grabs a drink that she thinks might taste good to a wolf, and walks back and hands it to her.
She'll give a smile, small nod, and walk outside. It's like a minute later, you guys hear the sound of the water hose being undone from the side of the house.
Yep.
Fair enough.
I had to get in one jab before we got back to the sept. She's allowed to hit me there.
Now, there might just be hope for that one yet.
They're mine. She's got spirit.
Clearly.
More importantly, she's got spirits. As I do.
Oh, yeah.
We've all got spirit.
Oh, hey, I've got spirits too. You want one?
Not the kind you drink.
I know, but it's
We're going along with the joke, spirit and spirits and spirits and never mind.
Connor coughs weakly from the couch.
Our ancestors.
You're healed.
Just tired.
Just tired at this point.
I mean-
he did almost, like, he did halfway die. That takes a lot out of you.
yeah. There is a certain amount of like mental exhaustion that you probably get when you look down and you see what your ribs look like.
There's
Yeah,
also
yeah.
like, cool, it healed the wounds.
Yeah, there's.
It doesn't heal the sore muscles around them.
I could.
True.
After you've had a great deal of blood loss, that takes time to
That's
get
true.
back to 100%.
You look
Yeah.
down, you're like, oh, that's what my intestines feel like in my hands.
Hence why, because you don't understand, like that. This like is the Carrie did this out of pure necessity. Carrie is by no means an expert in any of this. She's seen shit done on TV, like, but that's
No.
about it. Like, anything,
No. The funny thing is that your Geralt's your healer.
Yeah.
That's
only
why
person-
we had to improvise.
As the only person here who has mother's touch as like
You got-
as a generic level 1
like,
gift.
you got the fucking hairdresser to be doing stitches. Like, what the
Great.
hell?
I see no flaw with this.
Which is why she's drinking so much, because like,
Oh, that's what someone's ribs looks like. I need a drink to forget this.
no, it's not drinking to forget. It's drinking because, like, holy fuck,
Yeah,
that's a
you
lot of
were
brain
just
power.
doing surgery.
You're on. I was on fucking autopilot. Like
Yeah.
the 4th hour of a 5-hour drive, and you're just like,
Yeah. As Callisto, like, our ancestors have been setting us up for that grudge match our whole lives.
you know,
From what I heard, wasn't much of a match.
you think they'd have something better to do with like all of fucking eternity rather than like sick their descendants on each other?
You'd think.
See, this is why, again, we've got the right idea. You rely on you love your family, you rely on your family when you need to, and you spend as much of your time as possible far away from them. It's the Coyote way.
In any event, don't be too hard on her. I don't know if she could have prevented herself from doing that if she tried.
I'll give Raindrop a couple days.
I'm gonna get some fucking sleep. Any of y'all wreck my house, you'll get what she got, and worse.
That's my cue to leave.
Carrie just starts very carefully picking up all the glasses, all the dishes, goes to load the dishwasher. It's just like, nope, I saw what you did. I saw
Mom's
what
going
you
to bed. She's gonna beat our ass if this house is dirty when we wake up.
Carrie is just very aware of what Callisto can do.
I'm not worried. I didn't wreck anything.
I'm not even going to give that a chance to happen.
The night is still young. I say it as it's like 2 a.m. at this point.
So Carrie is cleaning everything up, and then she is going to like find a bed somewhere, find a sofa that's not currently occupied by anybody else, and just sleep for a few hours. After she's straightened everything up to a like point, it's like, okay, Callisto's not going to kick my ass when she wakes up. Not because she's scared of Callisto, she just knows what Callisto can do. It has a very healthy respect for that and self-preservation.
Crystal's mindset is, look, at some point, Callisto's gonna beat my ass because it was something I do. If it happens sooner rather than later, so be it. But also, she didn't wreck anything, and she can hold her shit. So nothing that happens in regard to that is gonna wreck the house. Like, at some point, it's gonna happen, though.
Icebreaker walks over to Blossoming Dancer, and without a word, just grabs one of her arms and just throws her over his shoulders and walks out with her.
That was definitely a thing that just happened.
As the trio of werewolves pull off into the night, that is where we will end for the week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.